you're on YouTube, or you're at least watching this video as it was hosted on YouTube, possibly embedded elsewhere. YouTube is a social network, sure. You've probably heard of other big social networks like Facebook or Twitter or maybe even Google+, even though you may not be using Google+ at this point in time. Inevitably, you will. It's Google. Come on, let's face it. But what are some other relatively obscure social networks that you use right now? I mean, if it's beyond those biggies, what are some smaller or lesser known social networks that you, I would say, every day, and if not every day, every week, you log in to do something? What is a social network for? Is it a general network to connect with friends? Are you rallying around a certain type of passion or hobby? Instagram, totally Zach says here in the Nomies chat room. That's a good one. Of course, right now it's only available for iPhone, and I think we're gonna, go through and do one of these types of videos for top iPhone or Android or mobile-centric social networks. Last.fm, Thumbit, that's a good one. There's a few of them out there, including some that we've shared on this article on LockerGnome.com, linked in the description, for new social networks to watch in 2012. These are networks that we believe have a lot of potential, including one that we haven't talked about in a while, Empire Avenue. It's not exactly new, but I use Empire Avenue every single day. I think my stock price is something like 460. It's insane at this point. I give you virtual currency. It's kind of fun. I use Empire Avenue to drive traffic back to our blogs, chris.pirillo.com, lockergnome.com, and to the YouTube videos. You can now set up, I don't know if you knew this, in Empire Avenue, a mission. And so if people complete the mission, like if they click a link or they do something, they are rewarded a handful of EVEs, whatever you decide to define. So I give away 300 of these, missions every day, or at least the rewards for these missions, just by people looking at the articles that we're posting. So it's increased the amount of engagement that we've seen on LockerGnome and on chris.pirillo.com and on YouTube. So if you do anything on a blog or a website, in social media, you may want to look at Empire Avenue again. Get over that initial learning curve, and I think you'll be happy. Another one we recommend, GetGlue. Apparently is very popular. I am really, I'm at 472.9 on Empire Avenue. Thank you, Brian. GetGlue I never really got. You can check into watching like television shows and stuff like that, but you know what? People like it. They're checking in all the time. It's a way to even get rewards. So if you're engaging in doing things anyway, why not get rewards for doing what you're doing? GetGlue is a great one of those. And you may have heard of GetGlue before. Cool. But most people might use something like Foursquare to check in. You can do it on GetGlue too. I mean, they're not mutually exclusive, folks. Another one, Schemer. Now, this came out of Google. I don't know how, I don't know where or why, really, but Schemer is a way for you to post something that you want to do or you would like to see happen, and then other people can possibly do it with you, and you can scheme together. So it's not really an official Google product, but check it out, Schemer. I don't find much interest in it personally, but then again, I usually just scheme on my own. Another one, to round out our top list of 4 that we believe have a lot of potential to grow in this coming year. Twitter and Facebook and YouTube and Google Plus can't be, the number ones forever, at least theoretically. Chime In, that's chime.in, came out of one of Bill Gross's labs. I don't know, he seems to do so much anymore. I mean, probably one of the industry's geniuses as far as internet businesses are concerned. And he has a network called Chime In. And instead of following friends specifically, you're following shared interests. So I would say Chime In probably leads in terms of social networks around interests at this point, and certainly it's got power to grow, and I would say the right reach. So Totally Zach says, I can't believe you left Vocal live streaming off the list. I don't get Vocal. What's it doing differently than I'm doing now? You could use, granted, I sit on the advisory board for Ustream, have to throw that out there, but there's also Justin TV, there's also Livestream. Vocal's not interesting at all. Sorry. Anything else? Not really. So the hope is that you can look beyond the big services to possibly try something new, and learn what What else is out there beyond what we've talked about and shared in videos before? If you know of any other potentially obscure or fringe social networks you believe have the power to grow, what might they be? Might be interesting to share with the rest of the community.